in the past few years, I mean, you made shirt, poster, stickers, but there's an ultimate project that hit your desk somehow, and that is a
Yeah.
bass for Mark Hoppus. I cannot wait to hear the story on this. When did this first even become, I guess, an idea that crossed your table?
So it's funny because like it's something I wanted to do for him, and I thought about like I was actually gonna kind of take the initiative and just draw something really dope and then just be like, hey, this text check this out. Doesn't have to be anything, just had some time, drew it. Uh but I never want to like push, myself or anything like that hard. But no, he so one morning I got up, I had the day off. I'm just walking around in my boxers, my little baby gut hanging out, and I get a text message from Mark, and it was like something along the lines of like he's like, "Hey, next message, hey, do you know how to paint?" And I was just, and it's funny, I never really painted before, so I was just like, but I someone told me when I was a kid, they're like, accept the promotion, learn the job later. So I was like, oh yeah, I know how to paint. Yeah, what's up? And then he's like, I want you to do a base for me of either Dialga or Empoleon. And like that's like the coolest fucking sentence. I'm a huge Pokemon nerd, and this is my favorite band in the entire world. And I'm just like, dude, there's no fucking way that's what this text message says right now. Like I was like pacing through my house, just like freaking out, like call my girlfriend, she's at work, and I think I sounded like a shrieking like little girl, just like, oh my god, I can't fucking believe this, and my brain immediately just started working out ideas. And then it was cool is he didn't know about the Empoleon part because it was like one or the other. And so when I did the Empoleon on the back, I didn't say anything. I just kind of was like, oh, I'm gonna surprise him with that. So when he flips it over, it's like, oh shit, he got both. Um, but yeah, no, it was definitely one of the craziest feelings I've ever had in my entire life, and I will always be stoked about that.
Dude, you're the most perfect person on the planet for this job. Like
Dude,
straight up.
much. Oh, I forgot to add. This is really funny. So back in 2019, I did when they were doing the Anima, the state tour. They had the meet and greets, and I was like, I worked up. I might have mentioned this before on the previous podcast, but it was really funny because when they came out and played like the three songs just for the fans. Mark came out first and was answering questions, and I asked him. I was like, hey, who's your favorite Pokemon? Because he had mentioned playing Pokemon Go, and he's like Dialga next, and I was like, oh, sick. So it was so funny. 5 years later, you know, I know he didn't remember that exchange, or probably even remember even meeting me because I was like the last person in line. I got a picture, walked on, but I told him that I was like, dude, it's crazy because that was actually the only question I asked you back in 2019. So it's really cool, full circle moment. Like I cared about Pokemon and asking him that. I could have asked him anything, and I asked him who his favorite Pokemon was.
That's
So
funny, dude. I think
yeah.
I think the last time I was playing Pokemon Go with Mark, I traded him a Dialga,
Oh, sick.
which is hilarious. I like saved up a good one for him, I think.
Oh, fuck.
That's
That's
funny,
crazy.
dude. So you agreed to the job.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
From a design perspective, I mean, was it free reign? I mean, did he give any input on what it should look like, how it should look?
Not really. No, he was incredibly easy to work with. Like, he kind of like gave suggestion, or he like showed me like where some people had colored like the pick guard or the headstock. Well, I didn't get the headstock. I had a cool idea for it, but I didn't get it, and I didn't want to like bug too much. And then it was funny. One of the original designs, and I'll send it to you. Um, I had done the pick guard, but I did it as like a Pokédex. Like I put all these like Pokédex sort of like designs on it. But Pokédex is like a lot of primary colors. You just have like red, green, blue, yellow. And then I was like, dude, this is gonna clash so hard with the rest of the base layout because I was like, it's just gonna be a lot for the eyes to take in. So I decided to kind of not do any design on the pick guard.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, from a design perspective, I mean, right away, do you try to like pull up a Jaguar guitar and start fitting
yeah,
Dialga? I mean, How did
Yeah.
that process even take place? Because I'm assuming you've never painted a base before, right?
No, I'd only attempted painting and finished kind of a half painting one time before on canvas. So yeah, I pulled up a photo of like what the bass that he currently plays. I just dropped the opacity on it and just started drawing on top of it. So I was like, okay, cool. And then once I got that layout done, I went through and I had to line everything out over my cell shading. And then I got a projector. And this was like really funny because I was trying to figure out how the fuck do I get this stencil from here to here. So I set up this projector and I wrapped my easel with like plastic bags and stuff like that because like it was so weird. And if you moved it by even just a hair, it was completely off. So I was like arm behind my back, like not like just drawing. Like I was like my whole back was in so much pain after I was done getting that sketch on because you have one shot to do it. Really, you can't just be like, I'm done. I'll pick this up tomorrow. It's like, nope, it has to be done now because, like I said, if that thing moves at all, like it's just you got to start from scratch almost. So I just had that happen with my guitar the other day. Like I got like 2 hours into it. I went to the bathroom and I think one of my dogs like moved the ladder or something or just like bumped it. And then I'm looking at it, I'm drawing and I'm staring at it and I'm like, fuck.
Ah, that sucks.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was a fun process. Once the stencil was on, it was like the Posca markers, they're like a cheat code, dude. They're so easy to use. So whatever learning curve I thought I was gonna face doing that, well, if anything, it was just super fun, and I just listened to like a lot of music from my childhood because I wanted my sort of like emotional ingredients that I put into it to be very childlike. Like like this 13-year-old version of me is like I'm painting a fucking Pokemon on a bass for Mark Hoppus to play on tour, and I just wanted that like childlike excitement the whole time I was making it.
Dude, it's so good. I mean, I guess as far as finding a reference photo or what the pose or whatever came from, I mean, did you have a particular one in mind? Did you freehand it? Like, where did those images of the Pokemon come from?
So I mean, it all came from my head. I drew all of it from scratch. So when I do tattoo designs, I'll use references a lot. Majority of clients want it to look like the anime. So like I'll make it look like the anime. I'll do my own twist on things, my own line weights and color theories and stuff. But when it comes to doing like merch, it's like I do it 100% original from scratch. I looked like most when I look at Pokemon though, like I look at Pokemon card arts because there's certain artists whose styles I love the most, and there's one particular, I think his name's NC Empire, and like he does this really cool like pop arty, cell shaded kind of Pokemon art. So I was really inspired by him, and he did this Loudred card. There's like a full art card that I was like everything about it aesthetically. It's one of my favorite cards of all time.
Mm.
So it was funny. One of the versions of the base, the lightning was like a yellow and green because it was very much like that card. And as I was doing, I was like, this looks really cool. But I was like, Mark wears like pink and blues and purples a lot. So I wanted to make a base that like match like his aesthetic a lot more. So I'll send you the other version of it so you can see like the different versions I like went through putting it together. But yeah, so NC Empire was a really big inspiration there.
Yeah, how many different iterations of this did you go through before, I guess, like settling on the final one?
Not a crazy amount for the Dialga part. Like the cool thing is, as soon as I get like I'm excited about something and I get an idea in my head, it's almost kind of instant. Like the pose and everything like that, my brain was immediately like, okay, I'm gonna do this. All right, sick. Um, cool. Now it's figuring out what I want to do around it to kind of bring it all together. But the subject matter part of it happens pretty fast in my head. So yeah.
So did Fender ship you just the Jaguar body at that point, and then it's up to you to kind of start figuring out how to paint this
Yeah.
thing? It sounded like paint pens. Is that correct?
Yeah. Posca paint pens or paint markers, whatever you want to call. I don't know what they're officially called. I just call them Poscas. But yeah, they sent it out to me. I had to paint it and then ship it back. And I was working with his. I was mostly talking to his bass tech, Brian Diaz. Like him and I were the ones mostly conversing about it. So yeah, and then that whole saga, I'll tell you that was insane. So I get the bass done, and they were gonna the debut was originally supposed to be at Lollapalooza, I think, that in Brazil or something, somewhere in South America. Like they were doing this festival, and originally that's what they wanted to have it by then, but the bass got lost in New Jersey for like.
What?
Yeah, like why the fuck it went to New Jersey, I don't know, dude. I cannot tell you my stress level that for weeks. I was on the phone with USPS like anywhere between like 3 to 5 days a week, freaking out.
This is when
And
you shipped it back to them?
yeah. So like it gets lost. I'm panicking because I just put so much work into this. I mean, it was a crazy amount of work. And then I would call them, and then of course, they do the same thing. Have you checked this? Have you done this? And I got to a point where I would get on the phone and I'd be like, all right, the first 6 steps you're going to tell me, let's just go ahead and get past them. And you're going to say this, you're going to say this, you're going to say this, you're going to send me to this person who's going to tell me this thing. Let's just get to step 10. Let's start there.
Sir, I have checked the tracking.
Yeah, I was like, I check that tracking like 27 times a day, dog. Like, I know where this guitar is at. And so it's crazy. So I, I messaged Brian and I was like, dude, can you just send me a new bass? I think I'm gonna have to start this from scratch because he was trying to figure it out on his end too. And so, funnily enough, so they sent me a new bass body. The day that I was gonna start it, I got everything set up again. And it was funny too, is I actually kind of redrew some of the elements. I tried to make it a positive thing where I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll do this differently and I'll do this little thing here. And all right, you know what? It's fine. This is an opportunity to make it like 10% cooler. But just for shits and giggles, I decided to just check the tracking that day. I was like, before I go start another 40-hour plus project, let me make sure it is still lost. And then it's like it moved to Calabasas, California. And so, but it's still the saga wasn't over. So, um, I was like, oh, cool, it's here. I let him know, and then it got stuck in Calabasas, or I think it was Calabasas, somewhere in that region or whatever. And it was stuck again. And then Diaz was just like, I think that's like 15 minutes from my house, dude. I'm just gonna go over there. And then the guy goes in the back, finds the package. The problem the entire time was one number was off on the zip code.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And
I
this
was
was weeks of delay.
Oh, I think it was like 5 or 6 weeks. I can't remember exactly how long. But in my brain, I was like, someone stole it. Someone
Uh,
saw Mark Hoppus and was like, oh fuck, like I want whatever's in here. And then I was like, do I check eBay? Do I what do I do?
yeah,
So
seriously. I would have cried, dude. Oh my God.
I was pretty bummed. Like, I mean, I always try to turn negatives into positives. So that's why I was just like, just send me another one, dude. I had a lot of fun painting it. I wouldn't mind doing it again. But fortunately, it finally did get to his hands. And what's really rad, what really worked out was the first show that it played at was the Orlando show on that tour. So
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah, so I got to be there for the debut, and I did 2 shows back to back. So I did the Orlando one, and then I did the Miami one the next day. So yeah, it was really cool.
It all worked out in the end. Dude, that
Yeah,
is insane. I mean, how much insurance did you put on that, if any, I guess, when you shipped it?
I don't remember. I can't remember what the max was. I think you can insure up to $2,000 or something like that. But, but yeah, I can't remember what it was, what I had insured it for. I just was like, I don't know. At that point, I was like, because they're like, we can get you X amount of dollars. And I'm like, I don't care about the money, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, I was like, you could give me like $20,000 for this. I'm not. It's not going to change the fact that this is supposed to be for like my favorite band.
Yeah, that the monetary aspect of it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah,
I was just curious. I mean, were you thinking like I should have got on a fucking plane and just taken it there myself?
dude. Yes, I was. I 100% was because like, yeah, I go to Cali all the time. I'm in Los Angeles like 5 times a year, and I have my best friend in the world lives out there. So I was just like, oh, I'll just go. I should have just went and just stayed with him,
Yep.
take fucking face to Mark or Diaz or whoever could have picked it up. But not fortunately, like it worked out for the best, and I got to hear like how stoked he was when he like opened up the guitar case and saw it, and I was like, yeah, there. Diaz was telling me like how just excited he was to like show everybody else, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna be the happiest person alive for a little bit here. So
That's so rad, dude. I'm so glad that worked out. I did not know about that.
yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, that was so stressful. Yeah,
Did
and then the next stress was just like I was like, God, I hope the fans like it. I hope Mark likes it. So like it seems I have fortunately I read the comments. I haven't seen anything bad. So like
Oh,
not
it is a work of art if I've ever seen one, dude. It's
oh,
insane, and you can tell. I mean, it's all you when you look at it, man. Like it is totally your style. It's just
God,
killer, dude.
I appreciate that, man. It's really nice.
When it came to the application process on the wood, did you run into any trouble with that? Like, was that awkward with the paint and then like the sealing process? Did you do that part?
No, fortunately, no. Now the way I don't know what they coated it with, but whatever they did, it's actually been the easiest paint project I've ever had since then. Because like the two guitars I've worked on since then, like a lot of folks use like this white um, primer base, and it's really hard to work with because as soon as you start drawing on it, the ink starts to spread. It stays wet too long, so it just kind of breaks up like water on it.
Mm.
I usually end up having to do two coats because it's easier to paint on top of the Posca once it's already there. So however Mark's team did it or Fender, just that's whatever they did. I prefer that. Like it went on so easily. I didn't have any issues with that, and I think that's what made it so fun. Was I thought I was gonna have all these like learning curves and hurdles, and it really once I got that stencil on, it was like it was just fun. Like it was just a lot of fun watching it come together.
That's sick, man. And then to see the debut, I mean, man, you must have been on cloud nine.
Oh, dude. So the first night was so funny because I was too nervous to like, I didn't want to bug Mark, like, so I met up with Diaz to give him the blank base body. Um, so I met up with him, we chatted for a minute, and then I went to do the VIP stuff. And yeah, and I think yeah, I was too nervous to reach out. So, I went, watched the show. And then the next day I texted him and I was like, hey dude, you guys killed it last night. I'm super stoked to see you guys in Miami. And he's like, what? You were here? You didn't say anything? I'm like, oh, I didn't want to like bug you. Like, and then he's like, I'm gonna send my security guard to beat you up and drag you back here. And I was like, cool. So
Hell yeah. So you got to meet him that day and then see it in person up
yeah.
close.
And he was dude, he's so nice, man. Like you always hear like, don't meet your heroes and stuff like that. And I gotta say, like, I'm so happy to say that like all the people I've ever looked up to or just thought were really cool have always been just super, super nice. So and like for to know that like how cool like Mark and like Travis and everybody was, I was just like, man, it feels good to know that like people I've looked up to since I was a kid are just like really cool, good people. So that was rad. It was nice.
That's crazy. That's so rad. The next step of this, well, and actually it makes me wonder the blank body that you handed off, did that become another one of his bases? Do we know?
I have no idea actually. Yeah, I
Huh.
don't. I think there was I think they had a plan for it. I cannot remember what it was. They were just like, oh yeah, I think we're gonna do this with it, and I'm like, oh, sick.
There's a bit of lore there that makes me wonder if that was sent to another artist and is now a different base. Could be.
Maybe. I mean, he's got some pretty killer bases. I love that pants one a lot. I think so. Pants and I were the ones for the 2024 tour. And then I think I saw the Chuck E. Cheese one. I don't know how that came to be, but that Chuck E. Cheese one was pretty dope. Like the pizza pick guard. I was,
Yes.
I was like, oh, that's fun. If that ever gets turned into a pin, I'll definitely grab
Uh, you
it.
transitioned perfectly into what I want to hit on next. As if that's not rad enough, I know you and I are collectors to some extent. I mean, we
Yeah,
both have rooms dedicated to this.
yeah,
Hi, my name is Mark. Wants to create a pin collectible version of your base, which is just so sick, man. So how
yeah.
did that kind of come to be? And then obviously they went on sale, sold out instantly. You had some sold out instantly. Like, what was that like?
Dude, is so cool. Like, of course, when I did the bass, it floated around in my brain where I was like, "Fuck, dude, what if I get a pin?" Like, and I think dude, it's crazy. So it was like September of last year. I got the email that they were gonna do the pin, and they sent me the mock up and everything, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And they're like, "Yeah, Pant." I think they let me know that was gonna come out first, and then mine later. And then I didn't hear anything for like a long, long time. And I was like, it's okay if it doesn't happen. I was like, I wonder if like there was like some, legal stuff with like Pokemon or something. So I
I
was
was
like,
worried about that. Yes.
yeah. Yeah, I was like, it's okay. So I just kind of accepted. Like it had been so long that I was like, it's okay if it doesn't happen. I got to do the bass. And then a couple months ago, I got the email. I was like, hey, we're still moving forward with the pin. Mark just got real busy with like signing all the books and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'm happy. So yeah, that was crazy though, man. Seeing the reception to that was really rad, and then just like kind of talking to the fans about it, like when mine was coming out and whatnot. Like that was, dude, when I got that box in, like, and I opened it up and I looked at it, I was like, bro, there's no way this is real, dude. Like this is so crazy.
So crazy, dude. Like what just started as an idea in your head and like became a bass and to be played on stage and then in the hands of how many of those were there? 500? In the hands of 500 fans who are cherishing them across the world. That's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's a really cool feeling. Like, yeah, I couldn't believe it. It's funny too. My merch manager like reached out, and she's like, yeah, when they went on sale, she's like, my phone just blew up because she got all the notifications. Like, and she was like, just so you know, they sold out in like 30 seconds, and I was like, sick, dude.
They
That's
sold
awesome.
out so quick. It's funny because I got the one from Hi, my name is Mark. They sold out quick there, like they usually do. And dude, it's an honor because I mean I'm looking at my set. There's not that many that have been done. There's probably 15 to 20-ish. And he's had like 100 plus bases. So to be able to have yours as a pin is pretty sick, dude. But they sold out there, and then I saw yours were going on sale, I think on like a Friday at like 11 p.m. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
And that was late for me. I'm old. I'm asleep by like 9:45. And
yeah,
so I woke up at like midnight to check to see if they were still available because I wanted to give folks a chance because I mean I don't need two, three of these. I mean I don't want collectors who really wanted them to miss out. So I
yeah.
got on and dude, they were gone. Like I was like, "Oh my gosh, how quick did those sell out even on your side?" And I had heard it was like 30 seconds. I'm like, "Holy shit."
Yeah, dude, it was cool. It felt rad, dude. I was like, I was definitely on cloud nine. I couldn't believe it. Like I was like, even just getting to do it. And I mean, obviously, I kept some for myself and then set some aside for like friends and family. So I think in total, I maybe had like 37 available for sale. But yeah, still, it was really cool that they went like that, and then like people tagging me in the photos, just kind of a constant reminder of that. It's like, I don't know, dude. It's very heartwarming. It feels like it still doesn't feel real most days. Like,
I bet it'll never get old.
well, no, and I don't want it to, dude. I always want to be stoked or crazy appreciative of like getting to do all these projects. I think that's why I always say yes to like anytime a band wants to work with me. I'm like, yeah, dude. And in my brain, I'm like, you have like no days off between now and like March of next year. But
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, but dude, I love it, man. It's so cool, dude. Like the Blink fans are really really rad. So
Yeah, and for that bass to be brought back out for the 2025 tour, I saw the other day you went to a show, you saw it again, got to say hey to Mark. Like it's still in the rotation, man.
yeah, yeah, dude, it's crazy. Like I would have been stoked if he just played it once, you know. So to see a full tour and then a whole other full tour, it's just like, you know, I just take it while I can. It's really awesome. Like, yeah, and it's just so crazy. I was like watching it, and I was like, he's playing some of my favorite songs. Like, I was like, if I went back to like 12-year-old me who's just discovering Blink 182 for the first time and like has this like huge awakening, like Blink. When I first heard Blink, I was like, I liked music and stuff before that, but as soon as I heard like Tom's voice and just the, I don't know, the guitar tone and everything, something about it was like, this is different, you know?
Yep.
And then here to listen to those songs and then to see that dude playing a bass I made, playing like these songs, I was like, there's no fucking way, dude. Like, these are my favorite songs on the planet, and that dude's playing them on a Pokemon bass I painted for him in my kitchen.
That is pretty crazy, man. He
Yeah,
plays
dude.
it a lot. Like that's the main bass I see him playing when I see pictures from this
Oh,
tour.
dude, no, oh, it's so cool, dude. Every time he tags me in a photo, I'd like it's just like I always get stoked, right? Like I'll get on Instagram, I'll see a notification, Mark Hoppus tagged you, and I'll just be like, never gets old, dude. It's always so rad that that happens.